Which answer engine optimization tools work best for visibility? Most people are chasing these optimization tools that don't actually do anything. They give you data, they can be good at reporting, but as far as optimizing, there's nothing that they do. Now, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the invisible tool that almost no one knows about. And you'll come away knowing that there is a way to optimize your content so that it's being recommended by these AI tools. Let's dive right in. So let's first take a look at that myth that there's an AEO tool that can do this optimization. AEO stands for Answer Engine Optimization. So the reason that I say that this is a myth is because there's not actually a way of taking a piece of content and optimizing it. Like in the past, if we go back to 2015 and prior, search engine optimization, you would take a piece of content. We'll just take my phone. So you create a video or you create an article and then you did SEO to it. You would add tags and other metadata and you would create a blog that links to it and you'd do article marketing that linked to it and create all these link wheels and blog farms that linked to each other and sent link juice to your website or wherever. Well, that was SEO of the past. What AEO of today is drastically different. So we set aside, we don't create the content yet. We have to come up with the AEO strategy first. How we do that is we do deep research into the questions that your dream clients are asking, right? So answer engine optimization, we're going to create the answers. We have to know what the questions are. And it makes things way easier, actually. You just got to do a lot of digging in the beginning. So the hard part is the beginning. And you're going to find that there are billions of questions that people are asking, but you just need to narrow it down to the select few or the hundreds or thousands, but that's way smaller than billions, right? Narrow it down to the thousands of questions that are being asked by your dream clients. So that is what AEO is that's the hardest part, and that's the biggest part, finding the questions of your target audience. Then we know what the title of our video is. It's this question. And so when we create the piece of content or we create the video, we film a video answering that question. So now you can understand why it's a myth, or why I say it's kind of misleading or quite misleading to say, oh yeah, just bring any piece of content here and our software will help you do AEO, Answer Engine Optimization, on your content. I mean, you might have a video on improving productivity, but when you do research and you find the question, how to improve productivity in a dental office, you couldn't just add that as a tag to the video when you didn't talk to the dental team in your video. It's exciting how specific the questions are, and that's a real example that I gave. Now, you find the same thing on YouTube. There are tools like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, and those tools give you an SEO score, but if you have a 100% score, it doesn't mean your video is ranking #1 on YouTube. In fact, I have thousands of videos across 60 different YouTube channels that are ranking at the top of YouTube search. I mean, you type in a phrase and our videos are ranking at the top of search. You look at the TubeBuddy or the vidIQ score, and oftentimes it's like 37% or 52%. Like, why isn't it 100%? Because their criteria for their score is just a checklist of tasks, and those tasks are outdated. In fact, they were outdated back in 2015. We're in this new age of answer engine optimization. You can set aside all those tricks of SEO, and unfortunately, we can't use these tools that give us an SEO score or do fake answer engine optimization. But what some of these tools do have, I mean, SEMrush, they came out with some new tools this summer that allow you to check if you're being referenced by these AI tools. In fact, YouTube has some of these built in as well. All right, so we are behind the scenes with the Jason Schroeder YouTube channel. He's a consultant for the construction industry. We're in the advanced mode of analytics, and if we come down here to traffic source, we love this report. And this is a nice round number. In the last 28 days, he's had 100,000 views from all different traffic sources. 34,000 of that has come from YouTube search. We've got suggested, we've got 16,000 coming from external, and check this out. If you click on external, you'll see the biggest one is Google, of course, but right underneath that, ChatGPT, it's only 331, but you actually find it in 2 places. Another one right there, another 181. Now let me explain what these numbers are. This means people were on ChatGPT asking some questions about construction or their career or their construction business, and as ChatGPT is giving them answers, it says, you need to watch this video of Jason Schroeder's, and so they click on it and they watch it, and then YouTube tracks that number saying this view came from ChatGPT. Now, while I've got my screen capture recording, I might as well show you SEMrush. The tool that I always use is the Keyword Magic tool. By the way, you can get a 2-week free trial by going to herokeywordtool.com, but they also have these new AI visibility tools, and this is pretty cool. Now, the disadvantage is you must enter your domain. So you can't put your name in there and ask, how many times is ChatGPT just mentioning me by name? Or you can't put in YouTube because you don't own the whole YouTube website. You only know your channel and your videos, and you can't just put in an individual YouTube link saying, how many times is this YouTube video being, and you can't just put in an individual YouTube link and ask, how many times is this video being recommended by ChatGPT? So you do get some interesting data. You can look at the competitors or who else is being recommended, and you can look at what they're doing and why they might be showing up in AI. But in the coming years, maybe these tools will get better and better. Now, I'm going to say something now that's very important, okay? Visibility is important, but visibility without a relationship is worthless, all right? So you can have a video that goes viral and you're visible to millions of people, but it doesn't generate any leads. But you can have a video that gets 10 views of the right people that are searching for your expertise, and that can generate you leads, and it can generate big revenue. So the approach that I teach on this channel is really how to build that relationship so you can actually generate leads for your business, and it turns into the most effective video marketing strategy for businesses. The other thing that I need to address that was very visible on the SEMrush website is that your website is not the anchor anymore. Now, a landing page or your email list or all those things, they're still important tools. I would say your email list and collecting those, that's your anchor, but it's in a different way that it used to be 10 years ago. I mean, your website, your home page, that was the anchor. You wanted to send everybody to that home page, and you had to do SEO to your website because, hey, if you can get your website ranking. But in this modern world of AEO, there are so many ways that these answer engines are going to recommend you, and only a percentage of them are going to be to your website, and it's typically going to be to a blog page. It's not going to be to a landing page or to your home page, your products or about me page. It's going to be to a blog because your blog page answers a specific question. But these answer engines are also going to send people to YouTube. Now, the best way to merge these two worlds is when you find the question, you make a YouTube video that answers that specific question, you put that on YouTube, and it will rank at the top of YouTube search. You can take that YouTube transcript and have ChatGPT turn that into a blog post. So then on your website, create a blog page, embed the YouTube video at the top, so it's got a YouTube player, and then put that article or that blog post down at the bottom. And now you've got the best of both worlds. You've got a YouTube video and a blog post that's going to be both showing up on Google, both showing up on ChatGPT. I want to teach you step by step how to create that video, how to find those questions, and how to get them ranking at the top of YouTube first, that then leads into Google and ChatGPT. So I'll link to that video right here. It's called Dominate YouTube Search Step by Step. I'll see you there.